Michigan National Guard.
And me, John Stauffer, a peacetime Army veteran.
And me, Captain Robert Daza, an active member of the Michigan National Guard.
Many veterans need assistance during the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond, and you've earned that care. So connect to support with finances, healthcare, employment, education, emergency assistance, home loans, and other needs. It's all available to all veterans like you. Get started by visiting MichiganVeterans.com or call 1-800-MICHVET. Brought to you by the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. Whether you want to learn Spanish for future travel plans, French to connect with extended family, or maybe German to land a new job, Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you'll actually use. All you need is 15 minutes a day, and you'll be on your way to confidently speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel is designed by real language experts using a modern conversation-based technique that makes learning fun, engaging, and best of all, memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then sentences gradually get more complex. Soon you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. And with 14 languages to choose from and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll be sure to learn what matters most to you. Babbel, language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Make better bets, bet smarter, and beat the books today. Download the BetQL app today to better your chances.
NBA free agency underway. Amazing how in 601 deals are done, inked, signed, all in a matter of 60 seconds. Just clap it up for the agents out there. Tremendous amount of work.
Blood Sports, soon to be called the KBA.
David, let's do a basketball blitz.
Right here at home, let's talk about what the Detroit Pistons did in free agency. They brought in Kelly Olynyk, 3 years, $37 million. Corey Joseph, 2 years, $10 million. Trey Lyles, 2 years, $5 million. Kelly Olynyk shot 36.7% from three-point range. What do you like or don't like about what the Pistons did?
It was an upgrade from Columbia. It was. You needed the big man. He could shoot the ball better, score. Now he was injured, so can he bounce back from that injury? But he was an upgrade. I mean, people are like, I think it was you. Send me a text, Jimmy. Why not just play Plumlee? Well, why is he gone? He upgraded. I like it.
He fits Cade better because you can space the floor for a young point guard. It's actually, you look at the deal, you look at the money, and you might at first freak out a little bit. It's a 2-year deal with a team option, which means after 1 year, if you don't like it, you can ship him out somewhere else. It's pretty low risk for Kelly Olynyk. Now, Trey Lyles, he's the one that hates Detroit, right?
Correct.
Do you see this, Rico?
Yeah.
2018. David, do you have the story?
I don't have it in front of me, but I heard about the story.
So 2018, he was on a podcast. He talked about the worst NBA cities, and he listed 4 of them. Detroit was one of them. Well, now you're playing for the Pistons.
Amazing what happens when you're not that highly sought after and you want a job. So you go to places where, did I say that?
Not that easy. He only got $5 million, so yeah, money wasn't out there.
Why? They weren't beating down the door. The Lakers? No, they're filled. We're good here.
Can we talk about the Lakers for a second? They bring in Dwight Howard, Trevor Ariza, Kent Bazemore, Wayne Ellington, and when it becomes official, they will be bringing in Westbrook. Everybody's old. What's going on in L.A.?
Tracy McGrady available?
How funny would it be if they were sponsored by
On the jerseys?
Yes. Okay, just embrace it and have fun with it and put that on the jerseys. That would be a collector's item. I don't think they realize the age of everybody until the dust settled, and they looked around and said, oh yeah, go get him. Because he's good. Get him. Oh, Trevor, yeah, get him. And then at the end, like, wow, we're kind of old here. Huh. I mean, aside from the rookies that are coming in, everybody else is, what, over 30?
Yes.
Longest tenured Laker, LeBron James. That's how much turnover they've had.
4 years?
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to work. I don't think they're going to get a championship with that team. I know they're favorite, but no, because in NBA years, you're asking for it just with injuries. You start getting up there in age. You know, Anthony Davis, he plays when he wants to play. I don't see a championship.
Speaking of getting there and up there in age, Chris Paul re-signs with the Phoenix Suns, 4 years, $120 million.
Good for him.
That's a lot of money for a player that can't win a championship. A lot of money for a guy who can't win a championship. Your thoughts on Phoenix? Bringing him back, is that the only thing they need to do, or they're good?
No, I mean, they brought him back, and they brought back somebody else off that team. It wasn't Cam Johnson. It was the other backup. But
Payne?
Yeah,
Cam Payne.
Yes.
yeah.
And he was good for them in spurts, too, in the
They brought
playoffs.
him back for like 3 years, 19 million.
Yes.
The only thing with Chris Paul was the 4 years. I know he'd come
But
back.
see, I wonder if it's kind of like Kelly Olynyk, where it's not really 4 years. It's
Probably
probably 2 years.
2 and 2. Yeah.
And then after that, there's options. So if this works, we're fine. But I got a feeling that if you dig deep, that was a 2-year deal. And I think that is fair because they needed him. That team needed what
absolutely.
he did. And I know Dave was like, well, he never won. So a lot of people didn't win. But
He improves every team he goes on. He just can't win it. So if he improved
You know
Phoenix
what?
already,
You
what
know
else
what
can
they
they
did,
do?
Suns, when
How
you see
about
those weight loss commercials before and after?
Yes.
That was the Phoenix Suns before and after, and I think the after was something they're pretty pleased with.
right, take DeAndre Ayton to the Wizard, get him some heart, because that's what was needed in that series. Because he had none. Giannis
You're right.
abused that man. I mean, seriously, they should have called the Maricopa County sheriffs because that was straight up abuse that DeAndre Ayton was taking.
So the New York Knicks, they brought back Derrick Rose, Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel, and they added Evan Fournier. Did they do enough bringing back those players, adding one to stay 4 or 3 or whatever in the East like they were last year?
No, I think that they'll be the same as it is. I mean, I noticed a theme, and I don't know, if I'm stealing some of your thunder.
Yeah.
It was bringing the band back together.
Yes.
That's what the NBA free agency was. There was no paradigm shift. Remember when LeBron left? He went to Miami, and then he went back to Cleveland. Then he went to LA. It was like, oh my God, the East is now nothing. It's all about the West. And like certain people leave and go to a new team, and you're like, okay, I think this. Kevin Durant going to the Warriors, and then Kevin Durant goes to the Nets and brings people with him. The Knicks are a 4-5 seed, in my opinion.
And they were one of the best stories in the NBA this year because nobody expected them to do that. Julius Randle, the season he had, but I do feel like classic. Tibbs shows up, you play defense, you surprise people, and then you plateau. I think they're stuck.
That's what I was wondering, because bringing back the same players, everyone knows what they are now. Like, they should have added some more, I think. I don't know. Maybe they should have done
Evan Fournier was good enough to beat Team USA.
Yeah, that's not. They're still in it. They're still in it. Let's talk about Miami, though. Rico, you said there's no paradigm shift. So you don't like what Miami did? They bring Kyle Lowry in, add P.J. Tucker, they extend Jimmy Butler, and re-sign Duncan Robinson.
Okay, Kyle Lowry getting up there. P.J. Tucker, a defensive player.
He's 36.
No way.
P.J. Tucker's 36.
Okay, so you got 2 guys.
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, basically everybody kept their main guys.
Yeah, because
No
Tim
one
Hardaway Jr. went back to Dallas.
Right. So, no, when I look at Miami, they're probably either the 3rd or 4th best team in the East.
So, go ahead. You got something to say?
No, I think this is going to go where you're going to go because I don't know that anybody made a big move. The NBA stays wide open.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering here. With everybody re-signing, you don't hear anything about Bill being traded. You don't really hear anything about Damian Lillard being traded anymore. So is the NBA as wide open as it ever has?
Like, Rico, how many teams could win the championship? Because normally most years it's one or two.
I think legitimately you probably could get 10 to 12 teams.
That's crazy.
10 to 12 teams, and that's everybody staying healthy. Now, if people start getting injured, you may add to that number. I think you'll see the shift in the NBA come trade deadline. That's when I think
When a team would separate themselves by a
now
move
all of a
or two.
sudden Dame Lillard says, I'm just not. I tried.
That's the big piece.
I gave Chauncey a shot. I tried. Or here's the other one.